And so I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed just to get it all out what's in my head. And I feel it, a little peculiar. And so I wake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and get real high. And I feel the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I say, hey, I say, hey, what's going on? And I say, hey, I say, hey, what's going on? And he tries. Oh my God, do I try? I try all the time in this institution.
And he prays.
Oh my God, do I pray? I pray every single day.
Yeah.
For a little shower. And I say, hey, I say, what's going on? And I say, just keep it inside. Learn how to hide your feelings. What's going on? Yeah! And so I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed just to get it all out what's in my head. And I feel it, a little peculiar. And so I wake in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and get real high. And I feel the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I say, hey, I say, hey, what's going on? And I say, hey, I say, hey, what's going on? And he tries. Oh my God, do I try? I try all the time in this institution.
And he prays.
Oh my God, do I pray? I pray every single day.
Yeah.
For a little shower. And I say, hey, I say, what's going on? And I say, just keep it inside. Learn.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our broadcast of round 4. Even though we did not race in round 3, this is round 4 of Tier 1 in Belgium. Looks like everyone is still in the pits preparing, unless that is a lobby bug, in which case, I am joined by Bash.
What's going on? So, Spa. It's a classic. Got Eau Rouge and Radion. Everybody knows those corners. And it's just a long, hard track. Tire management's going to be at hand. We want high-speed setups, but we also got to make sure we can corner. So we'll see what these drivers can come out with.
Yeah, and there's a few, you would label them as dangerous corner complexes here, as we see Astra, the first one out of the pits, coming up one of these dangerous corner complexes, turns 2 and 3, Eau Rouge and Radion, has a tendency to spit out the drivers coming at the top of the crest right into the wall, rather unfortunately. So that will be something to play for. Well, that will be something to keep in mind at least, as now Harry in his Haas, his teammate, also coming out. They're going to be the first 2 cars on track, followed shortly thereafter by Stewie and Sir Harry. Looks like a few drivers are going to be trying to set times on mediums. I'm not quite sure what the tire strategy is for Spa. I'm sure the game will give us the incorrect one during the formation lap, as it generally tends to do, but it does look like those medium tires are coming out for initial laps, and that's either could be a warm-up, but I doubt it. I think at this point, if you're warming up on qualifying laps, you're really doing something wrong in Tier 1. So hopefully they are trying to just set hot laps on those tires, and that'll be interesting strategy-wise, because obviously it is preferable to start a heavier, more fueled car on the harder compound tires, so you can have more grip when you transition to the softer tires, more grip when you have less weight and in the dying stints of the race.
Indeed.
We can walk through this lap with Astro here. It's a fairly straight run down to turn 1. You're going to be wanting to brake just between the 100 and the 50 board. He does keep it fairly tight. Obviously, you want to be a bit tighter to the apex on the right, and you want to wash out just a bit wider. You want to obviously use all of the track that's available. You are paying for the entire track, so why not use it? Coming up Eau Rouge and Radion here. Down the Camel Straight. Deploys his DRS. A bit late, I'm afraid. And it's looking like it is a pretty good start to the lap. And it is apparently an easy soft medium. Thank you to Tack in chat. That'll mean a medium soft is a really good decision, as Astro gets a bit wide exiting the Licom complex. Now coming through turn 8 and 9 here, dipping his wheels fairly close on the left hand side there, obviously wanting to avoid exceeding track limits on the right, coming through Fouon now, and he's just out, just the tiniest sliver. Doesn't invalidate, but that is pretty good. It was, I believe, a single downshift. That's something we're looking to see from potentially 6 to 7. It looks like, yeah, Astro's being a bit liberal with the track limits here, not getting caught out. Thankfully, it's not as harsh as Austria was, but of course we didn't race Austria. We only did qualifying, so that'll be our experience with that track.
All right, just coming into the final few bends here. And then the final tough chicane. We'll see exactly where Astro finishes with provisional pole, getting a 1 minute 43.996.
And his teammate behind in sheer insanity, well, reserve teammate at least, I believe, will be the next to cross, or not even cross the line, but the next to be, well, yeah, cross the line. Coming into bus stop now. Fairly good braking. Obviously, you want to brake as late as possible and really ace that line, just getting straight across to the second part of the chicane. And he tops his teammate by 9 tenths, and then Stewie tops them by 9 tenths. And then I believe if we go along to Sir Harry on the mediums, he will set the next time with a 1:43. Ooh. And it's an invalidated sector as well, so that actually doesn't set a time. And it's looking like the times are falling fairly quickly. Terry out in the gravel traps of, what is this, Campus? Stablo? Something like that. It's in Sector 2 in any case.
Yeah, we had some good showings from the Ferrari-powered cars, but then the Mercedes-powered cars and one of the Red Bulls went, nah. We'll take it from here as we see Destial, Flex, and Bag, who has a provisional pole, break past the 142 barrier. We've got several 143s as well. We'll have to see if anyone can potentially break the 141 barrier.
That Red Bull with a very impressive time on the mediums is going to be a huge help to him if he's able to survive essentially the next round of hot laps. That high finishing position is going to help him a lot. And it looks like at the Eau Rouge and Radion, we already have a car dead. Unfortunately, I can't don't think we're going to be able to get a nice view of it. No cars passing by there, but it does look like somebody is into the barrier there.
Yeah, well, I think it was one of the Williams.
Yeah. One of the new drivers, I believe.
Mm.
And that is Astro! Also into the barriers, we caught that. I mean, just look at the replay. That's, yeah. There's not much to say about that. He tries to correct. He has a little moment, tries to correct it, and into the wall, and out comes a wheel. That's not boding well, honestly, for these guys. If we're having in Tier 1, before the second set of hot laps are even underway, if we're having such issues getting up that turn, it's going to be a bit of a problem. Ruda coming in to finish a hot lap with a car spun in bus stop. Is going to not be that much of a hindrance. Ruda in the Aston Martin goes third fastest, just behind his own teammate of Flex, reserve teammate, perhaps, I think. Marinkella with a P8 on the mediums. Honestly, I'm not even sure that Destiol is going to be able to save it from that position, so I'm really not sure. We have a couple of fast guys who've yet to set times. Rogue, not a particularly good qualifier, but a very speedy boy, is down in 16. Terry, a pretty good qualifier and a pretty good driver, is down in P13 without setting a valid lap.
Yeah, Rogue just spun out there. He's not having the best time with that. We'll see if he can't fix things once he's come into pit, because he's destroyed his wing. But yeah, I don't know what to say. I guess like a couple months, the game's been out for a couple months, and those curbs are still catching people sleeping. Gotta watch out for them. They're not as generous as they were in 2020.
Well, we've also had, a 2-week break from the game, right? So we didn't actually get any racing done in Austria. We had to abandon the lobby, and then we had a break week last week. And let's actually see, where is Van? Van is P5. Now, crucially, and I did not realize this, perhaps I should have, but Terry is leading the championship by 0 points. He is currently winning on countback against Van. He has 1 win, whereas Van has 3 podiums. He has 2 second places and a 3rd place in the 3 races we've completed, whereas Terry has a 1st place, a 4th place, and a 5th place. So, Terry definitely has the capability to be consistently on the podium, but unfortunately, and it's due mostly to poor luck, I think, more than anything. He's just been having rough races where he, has some unfortunate incidents, and he gets set back, and he has to climb his way back up. And that's just really unfortunate for him. But yeah, Van, surprisingly,
it is good to see
somebody who competed in
Van
Tier 2
doing
last
well,
season.
though. We'll see who can get past after this race.
Yeah, Van competed in Tier 2 last season, and now he's up into Tier 1, rightfully so. I didn't think he belonged in Tier 2 when he won that championship, and I take every opportunity I have to remind him of that. Throttle, now also out in Radio and Eau Rouge. Good God, people.
The curbs, man.
You'd have to
This
see
is
Bag
one way to come back from a break.
Really not sure what Bag's doing. Oh, I guess he didn't want to be caught in the radio with a faster car approaching him from behind. It looks like... Oh, no. I know exactly what he's doing. Let me guess. Terry's on a hot lap, and Bag is about to give him the biggest tow possible down the Camel Straight. And that is why he just completely... Yeah, no, that's exactly what happened. There we go. Okay.
That's teamwork right there. That is teamwork right there.
Yeah, there's teamwork, and that certainly was teamwork. It was very good teamwork, actually. But there's a point where your teamwork becomes punishable. That was not it. To be very, very clear, that was totally legitimate. But these 2 drivers in the past have been warned about some nefarious collusion in order to benefit one driver over the other. That is a very interesting line from Terry. I said use all of the track, but it seems like Terry's paid for a bit of runoff too, because he went almost entirely off track, running on a bit of not even AstroTurf. It was just, I guess it's pavement on the outside, and he was straddling like the curb and some just concrete there. I was interested. Yeah, exactly. He's riding like a little pedestrian pathway. But I guess, you know, if it works, it works. And I do assume that this line is the esports line or whatever, and it's going to be putting him up towards the top. I would not be surprised if he does surpass his teammate coming through the bus stop chicane now.
Depends on how tidy he's able to keep it. He's kept it very tidy, and he comes in with a 1 minute 41.422. Yeah, Bag really helped him there. That was nice.
That was I mean the toe was pretty big, and that the driving on the sidewalk, like that's something else, man. We'll have to see if any other driver was watching the stream and gets told by their race engineer to do exactly the same. Apparently there's a lot of time to be caught there.
Let's see if Bag can get back on top, though, now. Made it past the first corner. Coming into Eau Rouge now.
Looks like Lord Raptor is actually coming across the line shortly. He'll be a 142.7, improving by 0.5, but not enough to actually put himself much higher. Rowe
Terry
coming
might
across
be returning the favor with a toe. Well, did what he could. Compromise his own lap in the process.
And the action comes across the line for P4 at the moment with a 141.8. Very nice from him. We're going to have another, I'm going to say, Alpine coming across the line very shortly in the form of Marancello. No, he's not. He's very wide. Is that SoCal on the outlap? Yeah. Right on board with Van, I assume. Van coming with his own hot lap here in the final sector. Is that another car off? That's, well, I guess monkey see, monkey do, because the other Haas car is in the wall at the top of Radion and out. God damn, man. Like, you can just keep it out of the barrier. Van setting a quicker time again with a P5. P5. I swear to God, if there's another car, like, I every time I see a yellow flag, I just have to look at Radion. This is getting ridiculous. Sir Harry out of fuel. That's always a solid strat. Bag setting the fastest time with a 1:41.075. 0.4 clear of his teammate. That toe must have done some work. I assume that they'll return the favor later on. I guess they're, rather than, going one after another and giving each other toes like that, they'll be trading on and off hot laps and alternating that way, which I assume is the optimal strategy.
Yeah. But now Bag really made a statement there, almost breaking the 141 barrier. Let's see who else we could look at.
Looks like SoCal is going to be the next one to complete a hot lap coming through. Now, Stavlo and Paul Frere, Old Lady's House, hopefully. That is, by the way, another ridiculously dangerous corner. We've seen a lot of incidents there in the past. Coming through the almost straight through Blanchemont now. Down towards the bus stop chicane that now does not look like a bus stop, but that's fine. Oh, and he's just going a bit too far to the right rather than straight lining the corner as you might expect there. And he does improve by 0.8, up into P11. Not enough to actually crack the top 10, though. And it looks like Ginger with an invalidated lap would be the next to cross the line, but obviously that's not going to work.
We'll see if SoCal can improve his time. I believe Ruda is on a hot lap as well.
Ruda keeping it very, very tight through campus. Stavlo now. Down to Old Lady's House. He is up 0.2 on his time. Obviously not enough to jump into P1 so far. We'll have to see how much time he recovers in the final sector, but this is at least 3 positions from him. I'm expecting at least a P3, potentially a P2. Does depend on how much time he recovers in the final sector. Oh, and he just
loses it a little bit,
that's a
but
moment
he can still get a
of
good
oversteer.
time. Yep,
And-
third. You're right.
Yeah, unfortunately, he did lose a lot of the time he gained in Sector 2 with that little moment of oversteer. So, and that is, I don't think that's the end of quali. I think they probably have another 2 minutes, though I don't think that Ruda has enough, actually, I'm not sure whether he has enough fuel to go again, but I do not think that he has enough time to pit and go again, definitely. But it's looking like these are the final laps we're seeing, as SoCal is now limping on low fuel to the pits.
Flex starting his final lap.
Stewie coming
Pass.
in through the final sector. Didn't see how he did in Sector 2, but if this is an improvement, it'll be big. A 142.1, that puts him up into P8. Very good from
Not bad.
Stewie. Yeah, and it looks like Bag just pulled off onto the runoff there in Radion, waiting for Terry to catch up enough to give him a good enough tow. This is next level. I'd say sportsmanship, but teammateship, I guess. It's 3/10 effectively down on his time, and actually we should be looking at who's going to be finishing the laps next. Ruda unfortunately invalidated. Flex will be behind him to set an actual valid time. We'll have to see how the times come crumbling down. Obviously, with track evolution, it is going to get better and better and better, and we are at the peak of the track now that qualifying is over, and how's that going to affect the time? A 141.5 puts him up into P3, does jump his teammate, and we'll have to see. I think actually, I don't know, I see some people on outlaps. I think maybe there is time to set another lap. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because Flex is going for another one.
No, Flex.
Harry is
Flex,
finishing one.
Flex is not. Harry is going for one. Let's see where the. Oh no, Terry! Terry's invalidated. That is not going to be a valid time for him, unfortunately. So that
It'd be like that.
That giant toe, just a complete waste. Complete
Let's see what
waste.
the action can do, though. He looked like he's on good pace.
Well, Sir Harry in front of him is actually also on a hot lap coming through Fuo now. Just a single downshift. Shifts up before he even reaches the middle of the turn there. Coming back through past Fuo into the campus complex now through turns 13, 14, and 15. Keeps it fairly tidy. Does not actually extend all the way onto the curbing there for turn 14, but that's fine. Goes exactly where you want to put it for Old Lady's House, barreling down now towards Blanchemont, and I think our timing is massively bugged, but that's okay. That is all right, and that's a spun Mercedes, who's unfortunately finished. He's retired. I'm not sure. Oh, Sir Harry just has a giant moment of oversteer. He improves, but he probably loses so much of his improvement.
Yeah. And the action decides he's had enough. He's gone into the pits. Flex obviously is
Ginger
improving.
Bear
He'll probably head into
improving
the
by
pits.
0.3, up into P15.
So it looks like this is probably done. Bag and Terry will make up the front row. All Mercedes, followed by all Astons, Flex and Ruda. Then the action in the Alpha, Van in the Ferrari, Destiel in the Red Bull, Sir Harry Hotspur in the McLaren, Stewie the other Alpha, then Lord Raptor in the Williams to make the top 10. Then the rest is Marancello, SoCal Blazer, Astro, Sheer Insanity, Ginger Bear, Throttle, Marmictor, and Rogue. And then apparently we've got bots for Carlos Sainz and George Russell in the game right now, but I don't think they're gonna be racing with us.
Just waiting for Flex to be retired, obviously, so we can move on to the next session. And yeah, that is your grid. Obviously, the bots will disconnect, and it will be a fun number of laps. I'm not exactly sure how much it's going to be, and then, oh crap, I completely missed that. Oh no, we're fine. Okay, it's going to be dry for the race, which, you know, it's fine for the drivers. It is less fun for us.
Mm-hmm.
Two medium times. Oh! Destiel's medium time actually stood. He didn't set a faster time on the softs. We were only on set tires, not fastest. So it does look like Destiel will be on the mediums, and it looks like the other driver on the mediums was unfortunately knocked out of the top 10 knocked out of the top 10 before just before the end of the race, or just before the end of the round, probably by not Ginger Bear Improvement. I believe he's P13. I'm not sure who would have kicked him out exactly, but
so he's welcome to change his strategy if he wants to.
Just gonna have a look at who exactly is. Oh, driver 18 is Rogue. I'll update the telemetry now. There we go. The race starts in 25 seconds. Destiel wins. That's an interesting prediction. Speaking of predictions, I'm going to throw up our safety car prediction. Do you think there's going to be a safety car or virtual safety car lap 1, sorry. That'll be a Twitch prediction, and just keep in mind, we are on reduced settings this from now on for safety cars, so that is something to keep in mind.
That's always a fun thing to ask. Is there going to be a first corner crash? Whew. Yeah, that's everyone going through the
There is your prediction as we
formation
have
lap.
the start of the formation lap. The Mercedes lined up, line astern, I guess. They're very, very close to each other, giving each other a little, little hug of encouragement, I'd say. And obviously, we do have the two Astons right behind, coming down the order. Rogue, obviously not able to qualify. It's going to be a recovery drive from him. He's going to be, I guess, very anxious to slice his way through probably, honestly, a less experienced field than he is. So that'll be interesting to see. We'll bring up the telemetry, lap data, and you know what? We'll do position change off the start. See how that rolls for us.
Got any predictions with regards to position changes at all?
I think Rogue will probably be... Honestly, I'm going to say Rogue up into P10 by the end of the first lap. As for you saying 100% of safety car, do you guys realize we play on reduced safety cars, right? Because like on standard we bring out too many. It's not gonna happen.
Everyone thinks there's gonna be a safety car. I mean, this is Spa.
Sure, but like it's when your tires go off and they're overheated that you fly off of the end of radio and into the barrier. It's not early. But the grid is now reforming. Bag in front. Bag, obviously, I think this might be the first race he's actually been able to properly attend with us. Of course, he's missed quite a few of the starting seasons, and because Terry is in the championship fight, I can see Bag having to pull a Bottas and getting a bit of Valtteri. This is James. Please let Terry by. But we will have to see how that goes.
Now everyone's lining up. Looks like we're about to begin.
Ooh, and it looks like actually a couple of people below the top 10 have decided to start on the mediums, but some have decided to start on the softs. This were 5 lights, and of course this happens, but we are away, and the run into turn 1 looks like it is a tight 3-way fight for P1. What is this angle, Cody's?
No contact so far, though. That's good. But yeah, now the Mercs are very close to each other, and the Aston of Flex is not that far behind. Let's see if he can't make good use of that slipstream. He's definitely got the ERS in. Is he going to try the double overtake? Are we going to get some Valache worthy content here?
And it looks like
he gets one.
Terry
He gets one. Oh, Bag is fighting back though. But Terry's running away with it.
Ooh, and Bag
But
actually
Flex is
has. Oh, and that's Lord Raptor out, and we have a VSC. There's Calamity at the back. That's an Alpine in the wall. That is
so many collisions.
That's 3 severe collisions, I'm gonna say, or corner cuts. I'm not sure. Let's check the race director to see what might have gone on there. Yeah, severe collision. 3 severe
Here
collision
Insanity's lost his wing. Thankfully, Astro's come out unscathed.
And that's a full safety car.
SoCal Blazer.
That is a VSC promoted to a full safety car. Terry does get past. I don't know if I can call it getting past if Bag just lets him by, right? Like, is that really getting past somebody, or is that being shown the door and asked politely to walk through it? That is that. Obviously,
lost an end plate.
Bag did have a fight with Flex trying to defend the position, but there we go.
Also, y'all probably have already seen, but Rogue's all the way back in 10th. Once again, having a crazy start, as expected. We'll see how many more positions he can gain after the safety car, but so far, it looks pretty steady. Van is currently in 5th. Definitely going to try to get points and potentially take the championship lead, but we'll have to see exactly how far that Ferrari can take him.
And Mr. Chipsy, if you're in chat, I assume you're in chat because I saw you earlier. Chip, if you could go ahead and sort that poll, assuming you didn't vote on it, because kind of busy at the moment. But there we go. Yeah, so lap 1 safety car, honestly, a bit surprising. I'm gonna probably have to check whether I actually did set the things on to reduced, but I'm certain I did. Rogue up at a P10, exactly like I said by the end of the first lap. Now, it did take 5 people pitting for new tires and new wings, but I am going to say that is a total win in my book. Rogue, I had every faith in your ability to cut through the field. So that is that. Let's see the tires. Yeah, Astro pitted onto fresh softs. Not sure what the idea is there. Oh no, he's onto fresh hards actually.
Hards. Yeah.
But
probably
yeah.
just trying to get rid of the penalty as well. He already knows that, like, I'm not going to lose too many positions with the safety car. May as well capitalize on this opportunity, ride the hards as hard as they can, and then just,
How do you
getting
get
a 3-second
corner cut under safety car? Like, you don't need a rush to catch up to it. It's not going anywhere. It's at like 80 kph. It's a GT3 for Christ's sakes. But yeah, I mean, honestly, the most shocking thing to me is the people who started in the back. If we check the position change, Ginger Bear and Rogue benefiting so much from this early lap safety car. Actually, Lord Raptor and Marmactor, or whatever the hell name is. Obviously, they started. Or they're DNF'd, but the guys Rogue and Ginger Bear starting on the soft tires from the back. I'm not sure whether that was a strategy blunder or genuine like consideration, but I would have definitely started on the mediums.
Mm-hmm. I gotta say, this is one of the funniest first laps I've ever witnessed in a Tier 1 race in my life. Just that collision happening, followed by the safety car, followed by getting the penalty under safety car.
I mean, you must have not seen a lot of Tier 1s. Like, we've had a lot better.
No, we've had some crazy starts, but I don't know, just that whole sequence was humorous to me.
Well, this is the unfortunate thing, and this is why we actually did put it on reduced. Like, it's great that these guys get back into the race and everything, but I mean, we're sitting here for at least another entire lap, which is going to take, 2 minutes under safety car, and there is nothing to discuss in terms of race strategy because nothing has happened. Everything is going to change. Like, this is doing nothing but extending the tire life of everyone equally, so it doesn't matter. Congratulations, everyone who was involved in that Turn 1 lap incident, lap 1, turn, what was that, 6, 7, 8, like that entire complex. Can't wait to see the incident thread for that one. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm gonna tab out and check Discord and see what's being said.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently someone got spun around and another person couldn't stop in time and just body slamming into a wall or whatever. I mean, that's par for the course, really.
Yeah.
Wish we had a POV cam of the safety car. It'd be so much more interesting. Throttle, the only one who hasn't... I was just about to say the only one who hasn't served his penalty, but then I remembered he picked it up for 3 warnings in 2 laps, of which 5 corners were green flag racing. That is unconscionable to me. I don't, how did that happen?
Man's probably did it on purpose. Man's got jokes.
Safety car is in this lap. Terry going to be leading the pack. I don't actually think we implemented the rule I suggested to stop exactly what they did last time. But the last time there was a 1-2 Mercedes safety car restart. Bag just backed up the entire pack and let Terry get a 2-second gap on him before going. So we'll have to see if that's the strat again. But if it is, I'm not. They were warned that they would get race banned if they did that again. So we'll have to see how this entire scenario plays out. I mean, credit to them. They're very fast and very clever drivers. But I don't know. Like I said, at some points it doesn't become personal. At least, yeah, it looks like Bag's tucked in right behind. And they're both
all right, here we go.
Going.
Van instantly has his ERS on. Probably not going to overtake during this corner, but he can at least get close enough to try to get slipstream.
Oh, and that's Despial going for the move on Van through turn 1, and that's the Aston Martin Rudo trying to get out of the way of someone in turn 1, maybe catching a moment of oversteer. And it does look that Red Bull does get the position up on Van in turn 1, and now we're going to be following along with Flex as he's charging down the Kemmel straight with a straight train. There is no DRS yet. That gets enabled, I believe, at the beginning. No, I'm not even sure in this scenario because we haven't had 3 laps of racing, so it hasn't even been enabled. I'm really not sure. It looks like there's another yellow flag. Are you kidding me? And that's Rogue spun around. Great. All right. That's at least it wasn't a safety car. But it looks like Bag, Terry very close. Flex pretty far behind. You can see Terry's still straddling that little sidewalk there between.
Come on, Rogue. This ain't the version of you we want to see. Man's ain't even got a wing anymore. That's a shame.
And
but
Flex,
yeah, no,
Flex is unable actually to retain the gap here. He's pushing fairly hard. Actually, Terry's been deploying a fair amount of battery. I mean, fair amount. It's 25% over a single lap, so that is a decent amount. It was just a restart, so they were able to build a fairly sizable reserve. But yeah, Flex looks like he was struggling at least through sector 2 to maintain under a second gap, and that's Throttle out at Old Lady's house. Yep, and that's the safety car.
And 2 safety cars within 5 laps. Is that a record?
No, most certainly is not. I mean, tier 3 in Mexico literally spent 63% of the race under safety car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we are certain it's on reduced because I checked. I loaded the old setup and I deliberately went and I checked. And sheer insanity, shearing a part of his wing off on pit entry. That's just did he? I mean, there's a tactical reason to do it if you don't have enough wing in the first place, and it's you're not certain whether Jeff will replace it, because under 5%, your pit crew doesn't replace your wing or something, even if you deliberately set replace my wing to yes. So it was a tactic at some point to pick up more wing damage, but if I remember correctly, Sheer Insanity's in the back because he spun rogue and lost like at least an M plate, if not more. And they are all thankfully passing the safety car. Nobody got picked up yet. We are waiting for the entire grid to come around once again.
At this point, we should make a poll asking how many safety cars they think they're going to be during the race.
I mean, sure, but like, I don't know. I'm definitely gonna have to remember to check. Gonna have to ask Rogue what happened there. And it looks like, I mean, really all this is helping. Oh, that's actually a very interesting disparity. Terry up to 45% wear on his soft tires, whereas Bag is only up to 30. So I'm not sure, and Terry's into the pits.
I'm not sure what happened there.
Well, he's definitely pitting. He's not pitting for wing damage or anything. He's going mediums. Before the
mediums or hards?
Mediums. It's an easy medium to the end, especially if we have like this safety car to extend the stint to the normal pace. And it looks like a couple of cars are following him in. Obviously,
that is true.
Bag unable to double stack on the. Or not wanting to double stack at least, will avoid doing that. And please tell me that Marinkello doesn't actually have. Oh my god, he's
lost his wing
entire
too.
Wing. Well, please don't tell me that was under safety car up Radio.
It looks like it was.
Did someone? Did a bunch of tier 3 drivers join the lobby and rename themselves? Like, what's going on here?
Man. I used to be tier 3, and I reckon I drove reasonably clean. Whew.
You know what? I will take this opportunity. Enjoy the pause screen while I go sort out your precious channel points, because it looks like I'm the only Twitch mod active at the moment.
If you like that. Yeah, I just want to take a moment to apologize to the chat for having to see 2 safety cars like this when y'all was expecting a race.
Questrade has live chat.
Whew.
A real person helping me right now. And if I need help, now's good.
There you go. You get your channel points. Have fun. Good God. Destial on the on those medium tires. In a fairly good position in terms of pace. He is up there, 22% against fresh mediums. Actually, let's get a look at. I don't care about position changes anymore. Let's see. So I guess some people did go to the hards because they don't have faith in themselves, but this would have been a really easy medium unless, like, are these the guys who started on the mediums in the first place and just didn't have enough to go? Yeah, that is.
Maybe.
No, not with Rogue. No, it looks like, I mean, they just straight out decided to go hards instead of mediums. Just like LPT, future reference, I know there's tier 3 drivers watching, literally never go on the hards. It is faster to do a 2-stop than to go on the hards. Marinkello ducking into the pits, obviously. Bag. What's Bag's penalty for? Severe collision. I'm going to assume that he got rear-ended under safety car, and that is how Marinkello lost his wing. It's going to be real unfortunate for Bag, because he's going to have to serve that in the pits and not be able to appeal it. But yeah, that's, I mean, Astro on the hards, he pit earlier, I guess that makes sense. Flex on the hards doesn't make sense. Ginger also doesn't make sense. Marinkello on the hards doesn't make sense unless they don't have fresh sets of mediums, which I really don't see a scenario where they wouldn't. He should still be able to appeal it if he ends up with track limits. No. It has to be a 5-second penalty. We appeal like for like, not that. And honestly, like that whole process of appealing like for like is under review anyway. If he speeds in the pit lane, then we'll talk about it. But drivers have expressed discomfort with that, thinking that, it's just a free way to gain some pit time, but like in Spa, that's marginal at best. You have to take a really slow corner entry into the pits anyway. So yeah. Drivers weaving to warm up their tires, really not sure what they're doing. I think there's ample time when you get the call that the safety car is coming in to be able to do that, but that is, obviously their prerogative and their choice. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this for Destial and for SoCal, very, very good. It does... I mean, it's not as good as it could be, obviously, with Terry on the fresh hards getting that free pit stop to go to the end is kind of unfortunate for him. Yes, second safety car. We didn't even get a full lap under the other one. And by the looks of it, we'll have another one in a couple of laps anyway. It is on reduced, I swear. But yeah, Bag is going to be probably the only one who didn't pit, so he's going to be really feeling that pressure. Him and Destial are the only ones who didn't pit. Bag on the softs will be feeling the pressure. Destial still has some tire life left in those, so he's going to be fine enough. But yeah, this is really on Bag. And we'll have to see how his restart goes. If Bag's just gonna blow it immediately, if he's gonna do a bit of waiting to the line. No, it looks like he does go immediately, and we are back under green flags. Terry up already against Astro into turn 1. Astro falling to P5, Terry up to P4. Doesn't even wait till the end of the turn to get that move done. Coming up now, Eau Rouge Radion. We'll have to see how everyone's doing. Are you kidding me? It's a yellow flag already. Marancello spun. Okay, that's... Astro getting passed by Flex now. Astro on those hard tires really suffering. Although Flex does have equivalent hardness, he is fresher, so that does make sense.
I will say, it is nice to see Astro in the points after what happened to him during quali and during the race. So it is a pleasant surprise. Van is down to 7th. It's not looking the best, but
no,
we
that is
shall
really,
see what happens.
That is really squashing his championship hopes. Terry's on track for a very good performance. And, and that's Astro spun and collected.
Oh no.
And that's collected, like, at least 3 cars had to die around
like,
the outs. And it's a drive-through penalty.
Drive-through penalty for spinning out Stewie. And Van was lucky enough to, like, escape with his life. So many cars went off. He just quickly touched Astro. Somehow didn't lose any of his wing. Van's got to have, like, a guardian angel. I don't know if he'll be able to catch up to Terry. He's, like, 2 positions behind him. But at least he can still keep it competitive in spite of everything that's happened.
Yeah, Van does have a single car to clear to get to Terry, but again, like, Terry's going to be able to not only clear Destial pretty easily, considering the his fresh mediums against Destial's, at this point, getting up there, mediums, and unfortunately, private telemetry, we can't tell exactly how many, but Van does have a tall order to not only get past Flex, who, of course, is on the hards, but that doesn't mean it's going to be easy. And correct me if I'm wrong, but we don't actually have DRS yet. We don't actually have DRS.
No, I don't believe we do.
We have 3 racing laps.
Yeah, we've not had DRS for 9 laps. That's crazy. But yeah, like right when I said, Astro's doing good for himself, that happened. That has to be the worst case of commentator's curse I've ever witnessed. And I have to apologize to Astro for that. My goodness. Marancello's in the pits, probably fixing his wing, maybe clearing that penalty if he didn't already. I might have missed if he did. There's sheer insanity's gone off now.
Astro's spun around once again.
This whole race is a certified Haas moment. Gunther Steiner got to be feeling something if he looked at what was going on today. My God. Marancello's got another penalty.
Are you kidding me?
Marancello's actually off, and that's a third safety car. This is not a race. This is a comedy performance right here. This is Clarkson, Hammond, and May.
Yeah, so it looks like
this.
Destiel and Bag both pit. I mean, fairly good strategy. Well, it's a savior for Bag. He made him. I wouldn't say a mistake. I guess it was like deliberate team orders or deliberate strategy choice to stay out. But knowing that there's gonna be another safety car or whatever, it's fortunate for him that there is another safety car.
This is such a comedy moment. It's almost funnier than the real 2021 Belgian Grand Prix.
So I'm just gonna switch this like really quickly. If anyone was in the pre-stream, you'd know exactly what I'm gonna do. I apologize for the music. Do you see in the pre-stream where it said at least 2 laps of racing? I can confirm at this point, on lap 10, that is not accurate. That is, we have not had 2 laps of racing yet.
Pure Insanity gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. In last, on hard tires, Van is somehow teleported to second place. There is lag. I mean, at least he's ahead of Ruda now, but he must be wondering how the heck did that happen? Oh my God, there's aliens. Oh, there's collision. People are ghosting. Ruda has fallen to 6th. His internet is doing things.
Fallen
Ruda is in
or
8th now.
overtaking?
I don't know if people are overtaking him or not.
Flex
all
gets
I see
a
is
penalty
connection
for
problems.
ignoring yellow flags.
What the heck? What the heck? How do you ignore yellow flags when it's a safety car? I didn't see Flex.
Ignoring yellow flags is just a penalty for illegal overtake.
Yeah, but did he overtake anyone? I
I'd
didn't see him
imagine
overtake anyone.
potentially Ruda. I'm not sure where Ruda was before falling to P8.
Ruda is in 8th.
Yeah, but I don't he was in 6th before. He might have been in 3rd. I'm really not sure what happened there.
If that's supposed to happen, then the Action, Rogue, Destial, and Bag should all have penalties too. Nah, he fell behind, bro.
I'm really not sure what happened. Destial on those soft tires with the help of this safety car. I mean, I'm gonna say I think he's gonna comfortably make it to the end on a 1-stop from now, and that's pretty hilarious, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Chipsy, who cannot be here tonight due to baby duty, I must inform you that, I mean, this is the perfect age to start training your children as a race engineer.
I was also gonna say you're not missing out on much. You're not missing out on much. Oh God. Whew.
I think we're gonna need to start having drivers submit drug tests. This is some wild Kentucky ass shit. We're over halfway into the race and we still haven't had. We are halfway into the race, and there has not been enough racing to enable DRS.
11 laps in. That's halfway. We've gone through
literally
half of the race.
We've not had enough consecutive laps of racing. We've actually had no consecutive laps of racing.
We have been halfway in the race without DRS.
Trash Panda. Trash Panda, you are asking
without a safety car.
and the safety car is in this lap. Trash Panda, to answer your question, how many racing laps have there been? In aggregate, probably like 2 1/3. Individually, it was like 0.75, 0.4, and like 0.6 or something.
Watch, there's gonna be another safety car. How much you want to put money on it?
I absolutely do not. Terry is going to be leading the pack. Van, his championship rival. Oh, Chip, I did not realize that your wife just had a child. My bad. I thought it was your other son. Okay.
Root
Anyway.
has been abducted by aliens. Van is going to try to overtake right away, but
What
Terry
is
almost
this
brake-checked
four-wide,
him.
like, start procedure to this safety car restart? Anyway, Van, the championship rival of Terry, right behind him now, but facing very tough opposition behind him. He is going to have a struggle to retain this position, not to, damn him with faint praise or anything, but my god, this is an uphill battle for Van.
Yeah, Flex is good. Flex has got slipstream on him. Bag's nothing to mess with either. I mean, I like Van. He's one of my buddies. He's a good racer, but he definitely got a challenge in front of him. Not to mention that Terry is just running away from him.
Flex was trying to set himself up the inside of Van, loses out the track position and gets passed by Bag through Lake Home, and now solidifies it through Bruxelles, and out of turn 12, Bag is in front of not only Flex, but Flex loses another position, Destial, on those softs, who's straddling the sidewalk, as we saw Terry do before.
Yeah. Not Terry is just blasting off. Maybe it's the racecraft, maybe it's the setup, maybe it's Maybelline, but I really don't see Van catching up to Terry, unfortunately. He is keeping Bag at bay, though, so there is definitely some racing going on. Destial has gotten clear of Flex, it looks like, as well.
Well, the question is, how long is that going to last? And the other question is, are you...
What?
Rogue spun. No safety car, but Rogue spun.
That's the Rogue. Man, I thought after last...
Destial going side by side with Bag through the bus stop, and he's fighting with Van, coming down now to turn 1. Looks like Destial does get the double overtake through bus stop, and he is into P2, and Van dropping behind Bag. That is 2 positions in 1 corner, in 2 corners, and that is Van separated from his championship rival by his teammate, a soft runner, and with tough competition behind him, this has gone from an uphill battle to very bad for Van.
Yeah, no, that's you hate to see it. That's
it just shows you the absolute might of those soft tires.
Yeah, Destial is just having a field day. I don't know if could he be catching up to Terry actually?
Absolutely,
I mean, he's not completely out of sight.
He's on those soft tires. He has such a pace advantage, and that's Ginger. That is Ginger DNF'd. And I'm not even VSC.
Oh,
thank
no.
Thank God it's a VSC.
Oh no, VSC. Not a full safety car, but ooh.
Can somebody, real quick, a lore master or whatever for F1, can you tell me, does it need to be 3 consecutive laps of racing to enable DRS? Does it need to be 3 full laps of racing of DRS? Or does it need to be 3 crossing the lines under green flag in just whenever? Because, I have a feeling we're not going to see DRS. It's just not going to happen.
Alright, the VSC's been cleared.
Yeah, the
But
VSC's been cleared, and Destial is on his charge, recovering so much time to Terry here, but now Flex on the rear of Van. This is going to be a move into bus stop. I wonder if Flex is going to set himself up for the outside, but he actually does not go for a move. He decides to break a bit early and just coast through that corner. Finally, we have DRS, and it's lap 14. Better late than never, I guess. Honestly, oh my god. Yeah, Flex losing a bit of time to Van, obviously not able to keep up with the acceleration of these medium tires out of the corners. Looks like the hards have just not found their sweet spot, either yet or at all. Destial taking 8/10 in 2 sectors out of Terry. This is going to be a win for him. I can almost guarantee it. SoCal taking 3 seconds of penalties for multiple warnings. That's going to be tough for him. Looks like the action and Stewie I was about to say passing, but no. Looks like the Stewie might have let his teammate by just to spare himself the confrontation. We're not fans of confrontation here at Apollo Racing Club. Ruda going along the inside of his teammate, just a little front wheel to back wheel contact there as Flex does wash himself out a bit wide. Ruda spots the gap, goes for it, but Flex does close it just in time, and that was a minor bit of contact with no repercussions in terms of damage, thankfully. But it's hard racing between teammates, and Destial caught up to Terry. And yeah, it looks like the best Terry can hope for is P2, and I think Van's going to actually be pretty happy about that. Obviously, taking away the ability for a 26-pointer here for Terry. I think the 26 points, if I'm honest, is going to Destial. He does set a purple final sector. He is one of the only cars on soft. Is he going to go for the inside here up into bus stop? No. He does think better of it, but he...
Rogue is
just in the middle of...
Rogue has decided he's done just spinning this race, so he just decides to take himself out. My goodness. At this point, there's only going to be one driver who finishes the race and doesn't score.
You and
you'd hate to be that driver.
Can you
I couldn't
hear me?
I couldn't hear you, unfortunately. You cut out.
Yeah, in the future, if that happens, just, like, keep quiet, because I was in the middle of narrating the fight between Destial and Terry. Because Destial has taken the lead through bus stop.
I'll keep that in mind. But, yeah, no, this has been a crazy turn of events. But yeah, Destial's in the lead. Very good for him. Terry couldn't defend for too long. And now Bag is caught up to Terry as well.
Bag and Terry not going to fight. They're teammates, and Terry's championship fight is too important. Bag is nowhere in the championship, actually. I believe he has 0 points at the moment. So they're not going to be risking anything with a fight here. The interesting team fight is going to be between Ruda and Flex, because I think those two are the most likely to have a go at it. Even though I do believe Terry is slower than Bag on this track, as we saw in qualifying. Looks like that's Terry spun on the exit of... No, that's Bag! Bag spun on the exit of Old Lady's house. And that is damage from him. He's gonna have to pit, take those softs, and probably actually take the fastest lap. Ruda now going for a move on Flex down the inside into bus stop. He does get the outside for the next corner, unable to make the switchback work, and does not regain the position. Not enough acceleration. Yeah, Bag into the pits. I imagine that's going to be for soft tires. Of course, the only logical choice, and that is the plan to the end. Ruda, obviously, fighting Flex, who's going to be passing Van now. Flex gets the move done rather easily down the Camel Straight into Lake Combs. There's really no challenging back for Van. Van is just going to have to be content with a P4, and actually probably content with Terry only getting a P2. It's better than a P1 that it was looking... I mean, not likely. We always knew that Destial was going to be a fairly challenging contender, but given the fact that Terry did have a free pit stop under that safety car, it was looking pretty dicey at some points. Ruda behind, spinning. Ruda spinning in Fouon. Thankfully, there's a lot of runoff, so he does not clap the barriers, but that is... Ruda down in P9, and Van is no longer under threat. He's actually recovering ground on Flex, and I hope he sits in that DRS train long enough to, I don't know, recover some time positions. I'm really not sure. Flex does have actually a penalty that he's yet to serve. I'm actually not sure what the penalty is. Yeah, 5 seconds yet to serve. Might be appealed. Not sure what it is exactly. Ruda also spun on the exit of Old Lady's house as well. And he's going to be towards the back. I wonder if Bag is on a stomper. Yeah, he is. He's purple in Sector 2, so I imagine he's going to be taking the fastest lap. So it will be 25 points to Destial, and depending on whether Ruda has wing damage or not, it does not look... Oh, it does look like he does, but I doubt he's going to pit. I think No, Bag's definitely gonna pass Ruda and get into the top 10, so he will get that one extra point. And Ruda's actually into the pits for the soft side engine.
I'm just happy to actually see DRS being used.
Van
Whew.
Van using DRS to recover some ground on Flex. I'm really hoping that he just tucks in and stays with him, and then I'm really not sure.
Uh-oh.
No, that's just Ruda in the pit lane. But I'm really not sure whether it will make an impact. Because Flex, obviously, with that 5-second penalty, it can get removed for something. So you really don't want to take the risk of just sitting behind him. So what I imagine Van might do is sit behind until the last lap and then spring the move there. Make sure he can, control his tire attempts. Make sure he isn't wearing his tires excessively. Although his wear is going to be worse than Flex's, I still think that at that point, at that late stage in the race, because Van isn't looking too bad at the moment. P4, he's only at 36%. I really do think that Van, his optimal strategy is use this DRS to recover your energy and then spring a last lap or second to last lap move. Ruda spun and DNF'd, and that's... Please tell me that's not a safety car. I'm praying for not a safety car. No,
Doesn't look
thank
like
God.
it'll be a safety car, yeah.
Thank God. Ruda DNF'd and removed from the race without further issue. SoCal into the pits, not sure why. I'm assuming, yeah, he took fairly significant wing damage, as did Stewie. But Van's actually having to deploy a fair amount of energy to recuperate his lost time to Flex. Although he is gaining on fairly significantly and not deploying as much, but Van's really got to take care, especially through Sector 2, and I guess Sector 3 where there is no DRS, just to make sure you don't drop too far by, so you can use the pretty big DRS straight in Sector 1, the Camel Straight, just to recover some of that time and some of that energy, so he can set himself up for a pass in the dying laps of the race as we rapidly approach it. 4 laps left, and I'm happy to say this is some fairly consecutive racing we've seen. Very nice to actually be racing again.
For sure.
Looks like not Stewie and SoCal obviously pitting onto the sauce for the end of the race. Had wing damage, didn't really have another choice. Bag fighting with the disconnected car of sheer insanity. I can only imagine this will end well, and it looks like sheer insanity isn't actually disconnected anymore. I'm not really sure what that was all about. Dusty all 6 seconds clear of Terry at the moment. He might be feeling a bit of pain in his tires. Really not sure. We're not sure about Flex either. But looks like Van has temporarily dropped out of DRS range, and I do think that is Van's podium chances potentially. Depends. I don't think Flex is going to be able to clear 5 seconds in the remaining laps. However, I don't think he's going to be able to clear 5 seconds in the remaining laps. I do think that Van is going to be able to stay in that 5-second range, but I'm worried that Flex is going to be able to appeal his penalty and get it removed if it's actually, we can check what it is. If it's severe collision, then there's a 90% chance it's getting removed.
Yeah, we can always see what happens. Like severe collision under safety car, or
Flex was... Oh, no, that was the ignoring yellow flags penalty, of course. So, yeah, I think if that's a BS Codemasters bug, which, I mean, just, on the surface, it looks like it probably would be, then Van really is trying to fight for an on-track position here, and he's not doing so well of it. Flex on the hard tires is able to gap him.
Mm-hmm.
looks like from here the grid is fairly spaced out and probably gonna remain like this for the entire time. Bag does pick up the fastest lap so far. That is one thing to note. And for penalties, yeah, so Flex does have the 5-second, Bag, Sheer Insanity, and SoCal, but all have 3 seconds. Though I'm not sure that will actually affect anything. Oh, and that's Sir Harry Hotspur spun on the exit of Lacombe. Mercifully, I don't think he's gonna lose a position. He was oh no, he will. He will lose a position to Bag, and he's off into the barriers. With, no wing damage, actually. Very nice from him. He's able to recover back onto the track, but he does lose 2 positions. What could have been just 1 position had he been a bit more careful in returning to the track. And he spins once again due to those overheated tires. And he drives himself right into the wall and picks up some wing damage. That was, it was just a remarkable display of being a driver. Sheer Insanity reporting that he actually retired from the session and all out forward and has no idea why he's back on track. So I'm unclear on the protocol at this point. Sheer, I know for a fact that you're gonna get your driving results are not gonna count. We're gonna throw those out because the AI will be considered driving a significant distance for you. The thing is, Ruda didn't finish, and he didn't finish 90% of the race, so he can't be classified as points. I don't know whether we're just not gonna give out a 10th place, or what.
Flex picks up another penalty.
And yeah, Sheer, if you can rejoin and just retire your car, like, that would be pretty good. Just rejoin and see if that allows you to retire it. Yeah, Terry, 7 seconds behind Destiel. Not much he could have done. Like, I think this was, the person who's hurt the most in this race is Van, losing that extra, losing those extra positions to Terry in the championship. Terry gonna pick up 18 points, from this. Van only picking up, gonna call it 12, I believe, for P4. It goes 25, 18, 15, 12. If I'm correct, and that is unfortunate. Oh yeah, Flex does pick up a 3-second penalty, so I guess the race is still on. He has if he's able to recover into that 3-second gap, then Van might actually be able to get a podium. He's having to deploy all of his energy here.
Yeah, if he stays within 3 seconds, he's guaranteed getting third, even if that other penalty was a fluke. And he is giving it his all. He does have a decent amount of ERS to give. I don't know if he'll be able to make good use of it on the straight, but...
Van is 6% energy. He does not have a lot.
Yeah.
Flex looks like he is... Yeah, he's clearing that gap to Van fairly significantly. That's 7/10 since the start of the lap. I think he's got his ass in gear. Knowing what is at stake and losing that thing. Don't be deceived. Van is going to finish on the podium provisionally, and then after appeals, perhaps, or after reports, perhaps he may lose it. It's a bit pessimistic to believe immediately that Van, there goes our intervals, so we can't even tell anymore. Thank you, Codemasters. Codemasters, masters of code. Thank you, Codemasters.
What is it with
game.
What is it with 2021 and Belgium? Anyways, I guess we gotta call the winner. Destiel's on the final corner. Soft tires. As soon as he passed Terry, there was really no overtaking him. He wins the Belgian Grand Prix. Terry's gonna come in second. Flex is gonna come in third. And
nope, Flex
yeah,
is
no,
coming in fourth. Van
well,
is
as far
going
as
to finish.
we know.
Well, no, Van's going to finish P3 on the podium, and it's only potentially that actually Flex even comes P5, perhaps P6, depending on how. No, Bag's got 3 seconds and a long way to go. But no, Flex is P5, and then perhaps if he appeals the 5-second penalty, he might get back onto the podium, but that is not a guarantee.
Yeah.
It
So
really
provisionally,
does,
Van is third,
yeah.
followed by the Action, Flex, Bag. And then-
And Niall has decreed that Action is driver of the day. I tend to agree. We're going to give a post-race interview to our good Destial. And that will be the conclusion of our coverage, as Sir Harry looks like he might go for a last lap upset. He's deploying all of his energy. He's set a purple sector 2 after spinning, after getting the rear wing issue. When the track is at its peak, everyone else is gone home. He is going to pick up this fastest lap point, is he not? I believe he is.
Ooh.
A 1 I didn't even see. Thank you, Good Masters. Again, thank you, Good Masters.
I want to see who the game gives driver of the day to.
Rogue didn't
Rogue.
finish. He did not finish the race.
The
How is he
one time I can say Rogue was not driving his butt off. That is a humor moment right there. That is funny as hell. The one time we decide not to give Rogue driver of the day, and the game gives it to him, despite him not even finishing. And it looks like Bag still got the fastest lap.
All right. Let's head on over that completely the wrong screen. And let's see if we have our winner in radio. No, he is not. That's unfortunate. Our winner is not in the voice channel. So,
Are we just ending coverage?
hold on.
Oh.
He will be joining us. And I can just confirm for everyone right here and right now that the safety car was on reduced. There you go.
So is the race result gonna stand?
We have no idea. That's what we're going to ask.
Because I can't do this again, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I got so much going on tonight.
We'll have to just spend a little time waiting for our winner to hop into a voice chat. Hello and welcome to the commentary, our race winner, and just because I'm petrified that we've been mispronouncing your name all night. Can you give us your name?
Oh, it's Destiel.
Oh,
Destial?
we were so close. So close. We were calling you Destial.
Yeah, just
Oh.
sight reading it.
It's all good. Congratulations on the win. Is this your first race with us?
Yes, this is my first time reserving.
Well, congratulations on the win. It was a very impressive drive. The strategy, obviously, qualifying on the mediums, P7, very, very well thought out. And I'd just like to get your thoughts on the first, second, and third safety car, as it were, that really benefited the strategy of everyone else who was on the softs, who was not able to qualify onto those mediums. Obviously, giving them the free pit stop onto the mediums for their second stint. Were you afraid that was going to nullify the advantage you were going to have going from mediums to softs, or were you confident in your not necessarily needing a free pit stop?
Well, to be honest, with the first and second safety car, I think it was beneficial for me since the softs couldn't pull away as much as they wanted to. So, uh, yeah, and since I think they could have pitted for mediums in the first safety car. It probably would have made it the end, but with very worn tires. But yeah, it's fortunate that the third safety car came out right before I was passing the pit lane, so I boxed for softs. I didn't know if softs would make it to the end, but fortunately they did with 70% wear at the end. So yeah, and it's a good result. Just my first time here, so yeah, I'm happy with that.
Well, that's very good to hear, and I'm not sure if you're aware, but we actually do run a live telemetry website where people are able to watch drivers. So I'm gonna take the opportunity to jokingly publicly call you out, and please ask that you turn your telemetry to public so that people can know when you have 70% wear, and we can just we can tell when the race is getting spicy. I can link you that in chat later. But yeah, again, congratulations on the win. I hope and I wish that you race with us again. It was a very, very good fight. Obviously you went out in qualifying on the mediums, and then you were pushing and setting consecutive, or not setting consecutive hot laps. You were pushing your laps, and then you were stopping and coming into the pits when you realized you didn't need to, right? You weren't just waiting and seeing if you needed to set a better time.
Honestly, I thought I had enough time to do another. I didn't check the timer, and I had 3 seconds left when I was in the middle sector. So, it was just I didn't check the time. I thought I had enough, but in the end, it was very fortunate that the medium strat worked out.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for joining us, and again, congratulations on the race win.
Thank you.
And I hope it was a fun one for you as well.
Yeah, it was fun. Overtaking the two Mercedes. I think it was fun.
That's good.
All right.
Anyways, talk to you later.
And that will conclude our broadcast coverage of tonight. I hope you enjoyed it, and I apologize for the lack of racing, but you can't really blame me. That is all Tier 2, baby. Or, sorry, all Tier 1. That's how bad it was. I confused the two tiers.